Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to be very clear with ourselves regarding this practice. Because that your inner clarity is very important when you start to do practice by yourself, to gain the development, to gain the result. So just don't hold it to whatever that you know. So you have to expand your understanding, because when you expand the capacity of understanding, what happens, it will start to build the certain kind of wisdom in you. So understanding itself, not the wisdom. So what you understand, how you can put it to practice, and out of that practice, what you gain is become your wisdom. So don't be limited to understanding. That's why there are a lot of things in our life we understand, but still it doesn't work end of the day. And we are not capable to go beyond that understanding sometimes. And some people think that understanding itself the end of the wisdom path. Like some people used to think that the samadhi or the tranquility is the end of the liberation. No. So that's why every day you have to look into that your own inner practice from different angles, from different views. And so in that way you can brush up, you can become more clear, you can become more sharp regarding the practice. It's very simple, observing inhalation, exhalation in front of your nose, just your own consciousness, you put it to that, you observe. It is very simple. But it is not easy. Simple, all things not going to become easy for you. So you have to accept that. So don't build up your own theories, don't build up your own barriers, don't build up your own walls around your own inner practice. Be open. Have an open mind before you start to practice, and learn with the open mind before you start to practice. Every day, little bit, take time to see how other people, other teachers, other enlightened masters follow this path and use this technique. So when it comes to that, you no need to go into that, all the meditation techniques. No. So you have to be limited to your master technique. So that means you're observing inhalation, exhalation, contemplating inhalation, exhalation, or the anapanasati. So from there, tranquility meditation to vipassana meditation. So this is the path that we go. There are many other techniques, but we have to master with one technique. So when you mastering the technique, one method, you learn about it from different angles. So when it come to life, always people into two things. One is happiness. Another one is the liberation. So from the ancient time, people sacrificed their whole life to gain this both. So when it comes to happiness, there are two ways. One happiness is out of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, go behind the outside things, objects, and you can gain a happiness. But that happiness, it is a happiness. We have to accept it. Conventional level, it's a happiness. Nothing wrong with it. You see something beautiful, you hear something nice, you smell something good, you eat something, feel comfortable, tasty, you associate people around you, it make you comfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. But that happiness, if you look very carefully, so this is not that much that you have no need to think deeply. If you look very carefully your own life, you will see that happiness itself not sustainable, or it's not going to be kind of like giving the happiness what you experience for even 24 hours. Just imagine, whatever you see, maybe you watch a very beautiful movie or nice scenery, you're not going to watch it non-stop 24/7. Maybe maximum 2 hours, 3 hours, you get tired about it. Maybe you're hearing some nice things, but you're not going to hear it 24 hours. So then you have to drop that in a certain level. And whatever smell, the same. If the smell always become like nice, then by the time it becomes strong, and then you can't handle that. And the eating the same. So whatever the food you eat, good, but you can't eat 24/7. You can't enjoy sometimes, one meal you can't enjoy twice. You get tired about it. And sometimes, this household people know that if the wife cook every day the same thing, after a few days you get tired and everybody start to complain at home. Children start to complain. So you need something different. So what does that mean? So even though we have happiness, this outside world, it is not permanent. Another thing is it always depending from something. So you have to depend from somebody. You have to depend on somebody to be happy. So then, even though it become happiness, when that dependency make that happiness kind of like a struggle, difficulty. And if you are depending from something or somebody, then it creates a fear underneath you don't see. Your very purpose is happiness. But what happens once you start to become happy with these outside things, you have the fear. Another thing is deeply you start to grudge it, hold it, clinging to that, and that creates the greed. So once something comes with the fear, what happens? The thing is this, you have to be very careful about your mind, this human mind, because that is the entire universal nature, but we experience it through the mind. So whatever the entire universal nature, you can experience, but you experience it through your mind. So when it comes to that, your mind, it's like, let's go to first the universe. Universe create lot of things you may not aware about it. You don't know about it. You have no idea about it. So what's happening in the universe? Same thing in your mind. Your mind has capacity to create things you may not understand. You don't know about it. So when it comes to that, stress, anxiety, depression, fear, sadness, worry, disappointment, those are kind of things created by mind when you go behind things and you may not see it from the beginning. So you keep going behind the happiness, but you end up being stressful, fearful, sad, worry. The whole life become full of drama. So then you start to look for solutions for that, but it is that solution you can't get it from outside because it created by inside. That is why understanding the very nature of mind very necessary for all human beings. It should be your first lesson in life, understanding your mind. But most of time, we don't look into that. We just go behind things. We keep running, keep running, keep running. And when the outside things change, we start to replace something. So that's why that whatever that outside happiness is not going to end. Another way, that journey we call samsara. But there is another way. You can be happy. So that happiness is you just understanding within yourself. So what is this understanding means? We all say understanding, understand, understand, understand. What does this mean? So just imagine your mind used to go with these outside things. So what you have to understand, whatever you think is not going to happen. So when things not happening the way you want, you become disappointed. So that is where another way that anger arises, the stress and the disappointment, unsatisfaction arise. So understanding means one thing. First, you have, when it is nothing wrong that you hopes and you have the hopes regarding things, but you have to remember before you come to hopes, before you come to have a dream, you should know the very nature of life, what you think not going to happen as it is. So what you hope, it may not going to happen. So then that understanding will help you to accept the situations. And that is what, in a deeper level, you have to understand. So when it comes to in your day-to-day life, when things not happen the way you want, because we always matching. That is the very nature of the self. So the identity, whatever you have, you go with the outside things, you match it. If it is okay with that, you accept it and you become happy. If it is not, and then you resist, you fight, you try to go against it. Oh, this is not what I thought, this is not what I want, this is not what I wish. So like that, you go against that. No, rather than go against, just accept. So in that level, in that acceptance, build up the strength in you. And that strength itself bring a kind of like a joy. So there, when you learn to accept whatever come towards you, and that also create a kind of like a happiness and satisfaction. Rather than go and get a happiness and satisfaction, you have to develop that happiness within your understanding. When the situations come, just close the door for you, you have to accept it. And in that very level, deeply, you settle down, you become calm and relaxed. That calmness and that relax, that comfort in you that you develop, not going to disappear. Because once you experience it, it's going to be there with you. And it's not depend on something, it's come with your own inner understanding. So sometimes, when you have any experience just going on train, and sometimes when you keep running towards the train, the door closes. You can't get into that. And so in that very level, you become so disappointed. You keep running, you try to, catch this train, and you came to the door, but when you when you try to enter, sometimes elevators, when you keep running to catch the elevator, and then, but when you come closer to that, it's closed. You can't get in. So in that very level, you look here and there, and you start to look what to do, how you can, to go into it. Why? Because your mind create, oh, you want to go into that. Now, in that very level, you have to understand it close, it's done. You can't get in. Don't struggle. Don't look here and there. Accept it. Settle down. It's okay. Things will change. The next time, the next train will come. Maybe it will a little bit late. It's okay. Next time that you can get into the elevator, it is okay. Maybe things not going to get the way you want. It's okay. Learn to accept it, because that's the very nature of life. So then you have to learn that. Otherwise, your life will go crazy, always crying. Why? Because most of time what we experience in life, we experience all the disappointment. So whatever the appointment, whatever the appointed, not going to happen. It going to disappoint. It's not going to happen the way you want. So that is how that your disappointment comes. So if you become disappointed, just imagine 24 hours, a lot of things, especially with the situations, with the people, and the person, any person can't be the same. You know that, because everything changed moment by moment. So then your electron, neutron, proton, always. So become new moment by moment. Your entire body, every 7 years, completely, head to toes, even the bones completely become new. Your genes, you don't have the old. There is no way that old genes going to be there, cells going to be there. The moment by moment, you have new cells. Just imagine, just think about a little bit and go deep and try to understand. When your body replace, transform this all the new cells, head to toes, within few days, you get completely new body. So the people then don't expect that the other people going to be the same. No, it's not going to happen. They will change. You should know that. So when they change, accept it. Don't go crazy. It's okay. Because that is the only way that you can find the happiness. There's no any other way. Fighting, struggling, go behind, arguing, having drama, always you can't have a life. So then, that's why it is simple, but it is not easy. That's why you need some kind of practice. And even just hearing it's information, but information not enough to change the life. You have to bring that information to experience. So once you experience it, even 1 minute enough, because in that 1 minute, you get into the complete deeper satisfaction or the happiness, then you hold it. Then again and again, you can build it and you can expand the capacity. So that is the conventional happiness and then deeper eternal happiness. So by the time you understand, there is nothing that belongs to anything to be permanent. So that will slowly bring the liberation or the transformation or the change to ourselves. So bring the change to yourself is the victory. Remember that. And the gift that you can give to other people is your change. You may never thought about it. No, we give a lot of things, but we hold it to a lot of idea. The changing means your idea. That's it. Body, you no need to change. Body will change. Body change. You no need to struggle for that. So, but yourself, your ideas old. Your thoughts very old. That's what you need to change. So in this new world, bring new ideas to yourself. So that will completely change. That is the spiritual development that you gain. And if you can maintain that's both, and each and every moment you experience in this life, there's no place that you can say you get mad, angry, disappointed, or worry, or like that, because you are already experience deeper, sustainable happiness and satisfaction in you. How? Accepting the change happening in front of you. Not to struggle to change it. No. You can't. You can't struggle with this world. But accepting it, you can do that. So once you have it, when it comes to this in your day-to-day life, when you go out, sometimes you go to meet people, you go to interviews, you go for many other things. And when you go out most of time, just imagine when you go for an interview, you put the most of the best garment that you have. And when you go to a party, where you go, maybe you go with very branded names, all the, your wallet, your purse, your watch, and all other things. And you keep it in front of you and you show it to others. You have it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. But remember, at the same time, go with the happy mind. Very sustainable, not depending from others, because most of time we go out, we meet people, and we try to do things to find the happiness, gain the happiness to us. No, don't do that. It's a very wrong way, and it is a mistake that you do. And end of that, you may become so disappointed. You become a debtor to this world. No, you develop very sustainable happiness in you. Be a person, you are ready to accept anything. And you settle down, you calm. When things go wrong, when the things not happen the way you want, you become more calm, settle down. You say to yourself, your mantra become, it's okay. And then you go with that deeper happiness and satisfaction. So wherever you go, sometimes people go for a walk with the dog, and sometimes people see, oh, that's a nice puppy, the person also becomes so like, oh, yeah, I trained this dog, oh, I did this, oh, he's so cute, oh, he's very friendly, or try to say many things. Dog is dog, okay? You can't, you can't make the dog human, no. But human try to make the dogs like, human. It's not going to happen. What I'm telling, you go for a walk with the sustainable happiness. Keep that happiness in you. You go for the party, not to gain the happiness. You're already happy. That's why you do party. How about that? People try to do party to be happy. No, you're already happy. And because of that, you do party. It is totally different two ways, You want to meet people to find the happiness. No, don't do that. You're going to be totally disappointed most of the time. No, you meet people because you are happy. You are balanced. You have the joy in you. You go for shopping not to find the happiness, because you are happy. So think about it. So hold it to that. Bring that change to yourself. And you will see it little bit, maybe 1 minute, it shifts you. And that, notice that change. Because that change is different version of you. You may never saw that version so far. Why? Because always struggling, doing. You think, oh, you have to do things, doing, going here and there, always doing. And because of that, you tune to a different current. You never knew you have a deeper in you. You have this kind of happiness. It was there, but it lost. It's kind of like a lost secret box. Sometimes there are movies, these young people, go to forest or the deeper in the jungle or the under the ocean, they go and try to find this treasure box. So it's all in you. You may never see that, how beautiful inside you and how valuable things they are in you. You may never experience it, and maybe you will die without knowing that all. So that's why the meditation, will allow you. It is just not a kind of like sitting and you close your eyes. No, it allow deeply go into that and see and experience it and bring the joy itself in the moment, not there or something or here and there and depending from something. No, that's yourself. You experience it. So that is what you need. Because once you have it, then you are not have this crazy cravingness towards outside. So that itself, you have the contentment. This very being itself in the moment, you have the life, and then that you have the complete happiness, and you be with it, and it complete. In that completion, that satisfaction, bring the deeper confidence to yourself. That's what you need. You can't give the confidence to other people, giving informations and doing things. You can't make other people confident. No, it needs to come from their very gut levels. So that's why when you see within you, when you experience your inner beauty, you have it. So you are so rich person with that. Each and every human being, so rich with that beauty, so rich with that qualities. When people don't find out it, in this spiritual path, that our ignorance creates our poverty, because we can't see it. So maybe, materially, you have a lot of things. In the conventional life, you are so rich. You are a millionaire. But in the spiritual life, you are a beggar. Why? You always go behind and you depend from things. That's what the new millionaires, their dreams, to have this, have that, so like that. So having something from outside world, you will never reach to the complete satisfaction. It's not going to happen. We will never come to the point to gain, kind of like Alexander the Great. We will never get that much wealth. We will never get a kind of like a Genghis Khan, like the lands. We will never get that. We will never come to the point to gain the wealth and the fame like Elvis Presley. We will never get that. The most of girls will never get into kind of like a beauty like Marilyn Monroe. No, you can't. Maybe you are more beautiful than that, but you can't, reach to that level of, to be famous. It's not going to happen. So, but still, that all, if you look at all the characters, they never find out that this inner happiness or the inner wealth. So that's why they are spiritually more poor. So you can be rich than them. Alexander the Great, somehow end of his last moment, he just saw the shadow of it. He never understood it. He just saw the shadow. Yeah, he little bit come closer to that. And that's why he just, dropped everything and told, show my empty palms once I die. And the Genghis Khan understood it, on his last days. He gave up that craziness regarding gaining lands, and say, I'm done with that. Elvis Presley, and he was that kind of like, billionaire. But his last day, he was playing, he was trying to compose music and playing. And one person came and asked, so are you happy? And he said, no, I'm not happy. And if you read about the Marilyn Monroe, she had a great anger. Even though she is beautiful, she was so angry about a lot of these famous people. See, that's how their life end. It's kind of like a tragedy. But you yourself have an opportunity to gain this spiritual satisfaction rather than this material happiness. There's nothing wrong with that. But without this spiritual happiness, the deeper inner happiness, if you just try to find that outside happiness, it's never going to make you complete. It will destroy you. You can see that out of this human history, you can see how the people's life end. So you also no need to end like that. So that's why, but still, even for a moment, 1 minute, 2 minutes, if you hold it to, if you gain that deeper inner happiness and satisfaction, and that 1 minute unhappiness take you to 2 minute unhappiness. And some people's life becomes so unhappy because it's not suddenly happen. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, unhappiness start to create a huge current and became their whole life unhappy. So the same thing with the mind can happen to happiness. Now you go backward and in deeper in you, settling down, accepting the things, you create 1 minute of happiness. That 1 minute of happiness nourishes your entire body, entire being, because it is totally different way of happiness. And then the same thing, 1 minute can take to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, for a day, for weeks, year, your life become happy. So it's come with the deeper understanding. So when you practice meditation, especially here, our master technique, we start tranquility meditation before we go into insight meditation. So in the tranquility meditation, you bring your attention, your awareness to in front of your nose and upper lip area and observe the inhalation, exhalation as it is. Rather than disturbing to it, make things happen the way you want, or making any comments regarding the moment of experience. You observe moment by moment, moment by moment, and then you recognize that moment by moment, moment by moment, it's change. And so by the time you start to experience some kind of result in you. So remember, once you come to this, don't look for solutions for life or anything or like that. No, no, no. Just let everything to settle down, because the result bring the solutions to you. Because a lot of people come for meditation because of the health problem, other social problem, their personal problem, many things. And once they close their eyes and they look for solutions invisibly, don't do that. It's not going to, because it's another thought pattern. So let the result to come through you, and that result will bring the solutions to you. So that is a total different way you access to the result. So in that level, what happened? You experience for the moment, for 1 second, everything settled down. And you are completely happy for that moment without any reason. That moment is enough. So see that change. Maybe for a whole day, you had a very crazy mind and you knew You were so busy, so tired and disappointed regarding things. But now, in this very moment, within your own inner practice, you feel so comfortable. See that change, because that is the important part. So that means you tapping to deeper in your different version. Catch that, experience it, be with it. And again and again, again and again, you build up that version in you. Because sometimes, some people say, maybe you know your name, but the society, your friends, your family, maybe they have different names for you. Maybe you don't know that, like in schools, for the teachers, children have nicknames sometimes. So like that, who knows in the family, who knows the students or the society, who, how they address us. We hold it to our identity. But sometimes they say, he's very crazy. She's very crazy. He's a mad man. She's a very mad woman. So like that, sometimes people say, not unknown people. No, your husband, wife, children, friends, and family members, sometimes husband or wife, sometimes they tell to their own children, oh, your mother is a very crazy mother. Your father is a crazy father. So like that. Because why they say that? Because they experience that kind of version from you. That's why. Don't blame to them. So then now you have to know you have a different version in you. So bring it, hold it to that. And by the time, they have no choice. They have to address from that identity. And in that level, if anybody go and tell, oh, he's a very crazy, then everybody say, no, 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 he's not crazy. Oh, your mother, father is very mad person. No, no, no. Even, that people say, no, he's not crazy. She's not crazy. She's not mad like that. Because they experience it. So that is the change. See, when you change, that's the wisdom. That is the gift that you have. That is the beauty that you have. And now everybody experience it. They have to accept it. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left, neck get straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in your heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.